marathon. I want to go back down to Brad Gilley because a lot of people don't know this. Brad Gilley is a road warrior. Rode his motorcycle up here from Fort Worth, Texas. How many miles is that, Brad?
Just under 1,000. I think it was pretty much 980 from doorstep to doorstep.
And what do you have? What do you ride on?
I have a Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited. It was the best way to travel as far as coming to Bristol. In fact, third time in a row I've ridden here to Bristol. I don't even know what it's like to fly in here anymore, Doug.
All right. So round 3, by the way, is about to get underway. Only 5 minutes. Cars are rolling. Green flag is out. One driver has made the final round all 8 times this season, and that driver is?
I'm going to say Joey Logano.
Denny Hamlin.
Okay.
Not that was a test.
That was a nice tidbit, though.
But, yeah. Kyle Busch, though, is on the racetrack. It looks like he is intent on maybe getting the pole position this time for Joe Gibbs Racing. So the M&M's Toyota is now on the clock and in turn 1.
Track looked a little slippery in turn 4 on the come to green lap for Kyle Busch, but he doesn't let it deter him as he charges into turn 1. Now he sets up for the third turn, runs the middle group up very hot.
Wow, he lost it over here a little bit. That's not going to be a good lap for Kyle Busch. That car got kinked a little bit sideways there on the exit of that turn. He might be the fastest in this session. Now Joey Logano moves to the top.
Logano 15.129. He stays on the gas. Also on the racetrack now, Trevor Bayne. His car way wide in turn 2. Let's continue to follow Joey Logano. He is currently on top. Will he be able to increase that gap? And indeed, a better lap right there for Logano. 15.090, 127, 157. And Rob Albright, he just keeps getting it.
And, there's no reason not to run several. If the car keeps going quicker on successive laps and you're in communication with your crew chief and spotter, the car looks good and it's fast, keep going until it slows down. And Joey Logano is certainly adhering to that philosophy.
Because you're not going to come back out. You're out here now. Get what you can. Stay out as long as you can, because once you pull that car in this short 5-minute round, you're not coming back out onto the racetrack, because really there's not much to gain there.
Absolutely. So 15.090, 127, 157 is what everyone is shooting at right now. Here comes another heavy hitter on the racetrack, Kevin Harvick. He'll be followed Carl Edwards. Those two coming up to speed.
Kevin Harvick into the shadows in turn 2. Maybe pick up just a little bit of speed now that the track's not under the sunshine, but back into the sun in 3 and 4. And again, like Kyle Busch, very slippery up in turn 4.
It's hard to put Kevin Harvick in a bright blue race car. He's got the Ditech sponsorship on it. Pretty decent lap, though. Third fastest for Kevin Harvick. But keep in mind, only a half dozen cars have made speed in this last 5-minute session. Now he moves up.
Carl Edwards goes to the top, 14.990 for Edwards. He remains on the racetrack. Will this lap be even quicker for Carl? He'd certainly like to gain a little bit more here on his second go-round. Does not do it, but he goes to the top of the board, 14.990. Martin Truex is out on the racetrack. Brad Keselowski has shut it down. Keselowski currently being listed as the slowest at 8th of the 8 drivers who have gone out there and made a time. Martin Truex Jr. is on a hot lap right now. So is Matt Kenseth. We'll pick up Truex in turn 1.
Martin Truex Jr., 7th at this juncture. Let's see if he can find more. Keselowski now, let the tires cool a little bit. He's back up to speed and about half straight away back of Truex.
Here comes Truex back to the line. Man, that car was wiggling all over the place there. That was a rolling wreck there that just didn't happen. Matt Kenseth will now put a lap on the books here as the 20 flashes across the start-finish line. And for Matt Kenseth, he moves up to second quickest. So it's Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Truex, Trevor Bayne, Kasey Kahne, Allmendinger, Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, and Denny Hamlin right now. Johnson and Hamlin have yet to post laps.
Here is Johnson now coming out onto the racetrack. Allmendinger has completed another lap, and he is currently in the 7th position, has run the exact same speed as Trevor Bayne. Keselowski ran a hot lap, then he kind of cooled it down, made another run for it, and he is currently listed 10th. Jimmy Johnson now, here he is in turn 1.
Well, Jimmy Johnson, let's see what 6-time has for the rest of them. He was the last out of the 12 to make the qualifying run. Kyle Busch is getting ready to go back out, as is Denny Hamlin. So we say they weren't going out, but they are. Here comes Jimmy Johnson to complete his first lap.
So Denny Hamlin, this is his initial run right here. He has not been out on the track. Now for Kyle Busch, he's already turned a boatload of laps. He was sitting in fourth, so he must think that he has got enough in that Toyota mark to get the pole, because otherwise than that, why would you come back out?
He certainly figures he left something on the table, that's for sure. And now he is chasing his teammate Denny Hamlin around the racetrack. Hamlin trying to chase down Carl Edwards, his teammate, currently in that number 1 spot. So Hamlin across the start-finish line, the FedEx Toyota, and he will clock in the 4th position. And it looks like Kyle Busch, currently in 5th, is making up some ground right there. So, Doug, it looks like he's running a little bit quicker.
All right, we'll find out. Now, everybody is on their last lap because we've only got 3 seconds left to go, so you couldn't start a new lap. So these are their last laps of record. Joey Logano's coming out of the throttle. He's not going to try to do anything. Looks like Kyle Busch will stay in the throttle. We'll see if he can pick up any speed here as we have completed qualifying here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And it's Carl Edwards on the pole for Sunday's Food City 500. Teammate Matt Kenseth will start 2nd, 3rd for Joey Logano, 4th, Denny Hamlin, 5th, Kyle Busch, 6th, Jimmy Johnson.
In that 7th spot, it'll be Kevin Harvick, then Martin Truex Jr. 8th. That equals his best starting position at Bristol. A.J. Allmendinger 9th, 10th, Trevor Bayne 11th, Casey Kane, and then Brad Keselowski in the 12th position. And that is going to be the 3rd pole position at Bristol for Carl Edwards. And for the 2nd week in a row, he is the fastest qualifier on the Sprint Cup Series.
We'll go ahead.